Up Projects is an arts charity and a national portfolio organisation. We specialise in curating and commissioning public art with a particular focus on social practice. So all of our work is out of the gallery context and working in public spaces. So we chose Ruth Ewan as the artist for the Dagenham Agates through a process of interviews. We were particularly struck with Ruth's approach to the work, but also Ruth's practice in general and experience. Her examples of working for the Tate, working for the V&A, or working in Glasgow, and particularly with women's histories and women's feminist rights. All our work is involving communities, involving people in the development and creation of the work. And in this particular case, working with the students at Dagenham College and working with some external visitors coming in as well. The idea that many hands make work in that sense is really key here.
I was really keen to work with a lot of people on the project, but I really wanted it to be part of the conceptual thinking. So for me, it was about constructing it with many hands, just like equal pay came through many hands, right? It wasn't just one person's idea, it was all these people working together to make something. It was also that sense of allowing younger people to learn about the strikes and to learn about this bit of local history, because that information really needs to be passed on and they need to be remembered. Dagenham Agate is a colloquial name for Fordite that's particular to Dagenham, and it's a material that I'd never come across before. I found it really fascinating because it seemed to encapsulate so much of the industrial history, but I loved that it resembled this natural agate because it's made up from all these layers of car paint over quite a long period. In my mind, it started to act as a sort of metaphor for the project, because the project was about the women who went on strike at Ford's in 1968 and 1984. And so really thinking about what it means for workers to unionise together and organise themselves, and how the layers were like all the different women who united to form this strong bond together and create something that's like unbreakable. So the colours that we've chosen for the project are very, very specific to the strike periods. You can date the Fordite by looking at the colours from that period as well. So you can say, okay, this is aquatic jade. Ford were manufacturing cars in 1968 to 1972 in that colour. And you can then start to date the Fordite. The sculptures are essentially oversized pieces of agate. You don't get agate this big. So they're oversized pieces of agate, and I describe them as sister sculptures because they have this relationship. So there's this sense of accumulation of time and people, and all the layers represent the different women who took part in the strike. So that's what we're trying to emulate by having all these participants. I mean, we could have just manufactured it all ourselves, but we didn't want to do that. And I also really wanted that transfer of knowledge to happen from this story that now seems quite far in the past, and the Ford plant's gone, the history's like, it feels like it's literally kind of slipping away, and I feel like it's really important to bring that back and enable a new generation to learn about it, actually, because I realised from talking to the students who we do the workshop with, when I tell them all about the strikes, about what happened, they're really unaware that that's happened locally, and I feel like it's a piece of Dagenham history that's something that people should know about and also be really proud, because that's come from Dagenham. It's come from like working class women who were here. I think it's really important with social history to not allow it to slip away. Places need to show their own history and take ownership of them for themselves. And it wasn't totally clear to begin with where the women actually had their picket line. I had to do a bit of like detective work and look at some old photos, and then I was able to see, okay, they were at gate 26, because you could see gate 26 in the background. I was looking at old maps, and we figured out it's actually maybe a couple of 100 metres away from where the sculptures are going to be. So I love that we have that geographic proximity to that history as well.
The artworks themselves are really representing a really serious and important moment in history, but then there is also the joy in terms of the memorialisation and how we remember these amazing women who fought really hard. We really want to invite people to engage with the artwork and find out more about it, and especially those who've actually taken part in it can bring their friends, bring their families, even in the future in 10, 15 years. And I can say I was involved in that, and that's my layer there that I made.